Good afternoon. This is Media Center, Ukraine, Odesa. Our third briefing will be dedicated to presentation of the expert program of Ukrposhta. Our speaker is Serhiy Drozd, Chief Operating Officer of the Southern Region of Ukrposhta. Good afternoon. I would like to thank Media Center Ukraine Odesa for having this possibility to present our e-expert program supporting our small and medium-sized enterprises and is aimed at linking our enterprises with international platform. We have started this program to support our SMEs. That's why today's presentation is aimed at self-employed persons, and it also supports the program of the president and the government with regard to self-employment, and also linking our SMEs to international markets. And I think this program will be interesting for those people who want to be presented at such marketplaces as Amazon and Etsy. This program is very interesting and it is rather big. And I would like to share details with regard to different parts of this program. What are marketplaces, how to make listing, etc. And I think that we will make a range of such presentations to present best practices and to tell how we support these activities. Let's start with e-commerce and why people should not be afraid of that. So we have discussed numerous times about international marketplaces, the share of Ukraine there, what is of the biggest priority, and we also examined AliExpress business development. We have a lot of parcels from China, from United States, from Europe. And today we know what are the most interesting marketplaces when it comes to prices and the amount of sales. And I think that everyone has friends who tried to buy from that marketplaces or those who try to sell there. People have different experience, and you've seen a lot on the web commercials how to make business with the outsource at international marketplaces, saying that you need to hire some trainers, some guides, and also to pay to intermediaries. But we have developed this program together with our international partners because Ukrposhta is a part of the International Postal Union, uniting countries all over the world. That's why this program uses our tariffs and also uses the program of the International Postal Union to support international business. Here you can see top 3 countries with regard to cross-border online buyers. We can see the situation in 2014. We can see the number, but you can see how it has increased over the last 6 years. So this is the category of buyers who bought from marketplaces. So we had 361 million, and this number increased by 2021 to 990 million. So it is 3 times as big as it was in 2015. So everyone perhaps has already tried to buy something from the web. These 3 top countries when it comes to cross-border online buyers, does it mean that we buy from them or they buy from us? This is the international share, the international market. This is not about Ukraine. Let's get to Ukraine. These are internet users in the world, and you can find Ukraine here. The first column is the possibility to have access to marketplaces, and the second column is how many people from different countries buy in the internet. In the right column, Ukraine is not at the first place, and we are at the level of 45% of share of the population that are involved in internet shopping. But at the same time, we can see such countries as Iceland, Norway, which is like 100% of users have access to the internet and to different marketplaces to buy something or to sell something from there. And in the first column, Ukraine has not reached 50% for the internet coverage, so there is the room for improvement here. And also there is the room for improvement of e-shoppers, and we can see the increasing share in Ukraine. In Ukraine, we'll have the basic infrastructure for this, and millions of people from Ukraine buy on AliExpress, eBay, Amazon. And we have different types of actors like banking, financial services, fiscal service of Ukraine, postal operators, and also producers and commercial projects. And according to our legislation, all parcels over 200 euros shall be scrutinized by taxation service, and they should pay taxes. Banks and financial services support entrepreneurs. The postal operators, they get payment to bring the products to the international market. Simplified conditions for B2C export, the benefits of duty-free movement of goods. B2C, these are direct customers in internet on e-commerce platforms, and here you can see the amount, the information about the limits to different countries. For example, United States, this is $800. In Canada, it's 20 Canadian dollars, and when we know the situations when people try to send their things to Germany, and there were several cases when they contacted me saying that they had one price here in Ukraine and the price in Germany was different. So they just assess the cargo and then they add taxes or duties. And that was a kind of a surprise for our customers because that was unique for us. But in different countries, all transactions are subject to scrutiny. In Australia, it's 780 USD, Kazakhstan 20 euro, Israel 75 USD, and Japan 10,000 yen. So this is around 71.6 USD. So this is good for small-sized businesses, handmade. And over the last 2 years, we've seen increased demand for Ukrainian products like traditional clothes, vyshyvanka, Ukrainian symbols, and other handmade other products from Ukraine. And so our products were sold through eBay and Etsy. Easy access to marketplaces and clear conditions for the development. There are specific conditions, and also with regard to turnover and values of goods for different marketplaces. As for the priorities of Ukrainians include American, European markets, and we support our enterprises to get linked to those markets. A lot of Ukrainian citizens they doubt about trying to sell their products at international marketplaces, and they think that this is not the right time because of the war. Everything is difficult. They have a bad comment of English. That there is the huge competition at the market, and that they need to pay a part of their revenues for marketplaces, etc. These are 6 main myths and 6 main problems that hinder people from getting to that market. What can be sold through e-export? And it is very important to find your own niche. There are different types of products that can be sold there. And on the screen, you can see different toys. So there's the leather and children toys. How can people sell through the e-expert business models? So we provide information about how it can be done. Ukrainians, the residents of the country, can sell directly to non-residents. So they need to order from the site and pay by the banking card in the currency of their country. The bank converts payments in hryvnia, and the seller resident gets hryvnias to their bank account and then sends goods to the address of a customer. So the steps are the same. So it was unclear for our clients. So people can see what is on the slide. People can you can just compare different business models. So I would like just to compare different programs. If people can see the presentation, then it's great. And I think that this will be not our first business training. And we will also share this information on our platforms. And so the goods are sold through the information which is published at the international marketplaces using fulfillment warehouses. So this is a traditional Amazon system. So there could be different levels of buyers when they can just have a forecast of what can be accumulated on such fulfillments, and they can get to the next level when they can rent warehouse from Amazon. And So the Amazon just leases different types of premises through warehouses. People can rent parts of those fulfillments by themselves and just to send their goods all over the world. And so it is the task is to fill in those warehouses with their goods that will be automatically sent by Amazon. So what is the differences of the model from the first one or from the second? So it looks like a training, and we need to report about the news. So I can inform about the possibilities, and we can share information about how to get to these marketplaces individually. So the information about the market in 2021, 600 million of transactions through Etsy and eBay as our expert, and 55,000 shops in Ukraine are at that marketplaces. And we started in 2008. And we did not have a lot of transactions back then. This market is growing, and we have thousands of customers who send their products to the United States, to the EU, using our services. So it's $35 without deliveries, and they can send everything they produce. These are handmade products, something knitted, something crocheted. So you now trying to tell us that Ukrposhta serves as a partner for those producers, manufacturers who want to sell their goods at international marketplaces, eBay, Etsy. We have OLX, which is Ukrainian platform, and they can do there without our support. So they use only Ukrposhta for postal services, and we have our offices in every city. But it is a bit difficult to get to international market. People have a lot of questions related to the knowledge of English language. Sometimes people are afraid they will not be successful there. So here we support them. We even try them to open their accounts and shops there, because it is mutually beneficial for us, and people get employed. And we get payment from them for service. So let us summarize. So first of all, this is organizational support. You also provide consultations how to open their shops. And the third element of your support is delivery of these goods from our country to those countries. So we explain them how to make listings, for example, what they should do to achieve results. And then we explain what next steps should be done, how to send goods, how to select the best logistics routes, because this will affect the amount of tariffs. We provide the support. We have managers that will support our customers. We have a hotline for our customers to contact us to answer their questions, and we are always ready to support them. And how long have you been providing such advice? We launched business workshops before the full-scale invasion. We have significant databases of our customers. The demand is very high. For the last time we were in Dnipro, so around 2 years. Yes, around over the last 2 years, we have been organizing events all over the country. Do you have any statistics in this presentation, or perhaps you know it, about the increase of people using such marketplaces for the last 6 months? I have a general amount, 55,000 users of Ukrposhta that are presented at international marketplaces. And I can say that in Odesa region and all over Ukraine, every year we increase this number in 2 times. When it comes to international marketplaces, when we speak about export. So 55,000 users, counterparts, and in Odesa region, I can say that we have 18,000 shipments in Odesa region only every month. So Ukrposhta is a monopolist here. So this people cannot use Mist Express, Nova Posta, and some other operators of the market. We are the only operators who are the part of the World Postal Council that has unified tariffs with regard to import and exports of products. So we are the platform that can be used right now. So others just cannot provide the level of services that we provide. When I just order something from Amazon, you can select, but when you send from Ukraine, you just use the services of Ukrposhta. So if those people who want to sell their handmade products, they are all of them are your potential customers. Only you, the member of the postal union. And what about other countries? Do they have some private operators? The state operators, public operators, they have different types of functions, including social ones. So they can, we can send different types of important documents, like summons to courts, etc. And our services are used by the state bodies. We also cover this function. That's why the state bodies are interested in the capability of Ukrposhta to cover these services. So we do not earn money for those services, but we cannot raise tariffs because we cover state services. Only state postal operators can become parts of the World Postal Union. Do you have information about the most popular products sent to this marketplace, at least in Odesa region? And for example, in Odesa, from Belgrade rayon, they manufacture different items from glass, like different animals' hearts, and they are very popular. Textile products like T-shirts, shorts, vyshyvanka, which is traditional Ukrainian short, different products with the Ukrainian symbols. We also sell on eBay our stamps, the stamps with the Russian Moscow cruiser, and we also send our branded products like T-shirts and also stamps. One more question. And people usually ask what happens inside the country, but we're interested in what is outside. What is the average term of supply? In Ukraine, we have specific regulations. We have Ukrposhta Express and Ukrposhta Standard. As for Ukrposhta Express, we're in 98% of cases. We send already the next date to big city. As for Ukrposhta Standard, it could be up to 5 days. So it's like 99, 98. As for sending our goods abroad, then we depend here on customs terminal and customs clearance. And during first days, first month of the full-scale invasion, we sent Ukrainians sent a lot abroad, and people contacted us saying that it took a long time for international customs offices to clear those goods, and it was impossible to track goods in Germany and Poland. And so we were compared to Europe, but then the feedback that Ukrposhta works better than postal operators of other countries. And we actually get feedback from our countries, from our customers, is that it took 21 days for the goods to be sent to the United States with custom. And our international partners are not that quick as we. I thought that there was a question, and there is a question. And it's the tracking number. And does the tracking number works inside country and outside? Tracking is really there, but it depends on the value of the parcel. And when it comes to letters, they cannot be tracked. Perhaps you've already seen that if you buy something from AliExpress, and if the value is high, then you can get a tracking number. But if it's something smaller and inexpensive, there are no tracking numbers. But if we send something to Europe, to the United States, and the value is announced, then the tracking is provided. Thank you very much for being with us today. We will share this information through our channels. Thank you very much for your attention. That was the last briefing at the Media Center Ukraine Odesa this week. See you next week and stay tuned.
Все, дякую.